My name is Miller White. I'm a bankruptcy attorney. Been doing that for about 22 years in Houston, Texas. Wanted to discuss with you today some of the problems and some of the situations that you might have that bankruptcy would be very helpful to you. What are known as unsecured debts are debts which have no collateral securing them. There's a large group of debts in that category. Credit cards, medical bills, payday loans, what's called deficiencies on repos or foreclosures, which is once you lose your secured item in a repossession or foreclosure, then often you could be liable for what's called a deficiency, meaning they sell the item that they took back, but they didn't get enough money to pay you full debt. So now they're coming back to you and saying, pay up the difference. That type of debt, in addition to pretty much any kind of debt you can think of, with very few exceptions, are completely eliminated in Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, there are some additional advantages that I don't think are very well understood. Let's say, for example, you're filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and you have two family vehicles that are significantly upside down. That is to say, the debt exceeds the value. One of the options you will have during the bankruptcy is you could surrender the upside down vehicles at the end of the bankruptcy period, which is 3 months. You could surrender them, and the reason you probably would want to surrender them is within about a month of filing the bankruptcy, you will receive letters in the mail from creditors, car loan creditors, offering to do new car loans. So if you have your one or two upside down vehicles, and particularly if the vehicles are getting older and in poor repair, and you have an option of surrendering those vehicles in the course of your Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now when you surrender those vehicles, the debt that you owe to the creditor is zero. So you're starting over with your debts. Now, what else can you do? You can, for example, let's say you have a significant amount of medical bills, or let's say you have you have defaulted on a lease, whether it's a personal lease or a business lease. You could have many types of debts. Let's say you're in business for yourself and you have personally guaranteed the debts that your business owed. Normally when you do that, you would be asked to sign a personal guarantee, meaning you're personally liable for these debts, not just the company. So what does that mean? You got a company that's losing money or going out of business. Then you could have a significant amount of debts, both personal and business related. However, the business-related debts you would still be personally responsible to pay. And you could get rid of those debts too. So you don't even have to file a bankruptcy for your business if it's going out of business. All you need to do is simply combine both your business-related debts and your personal debts in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, the overall benefit to often of a Chapter 7 bankruptcy is not only do you get rid of most all of your debts. Probably the only exception of the debts you would not want to get rid of is the mortgage on the home that you're living in that you want to keep, or vehicles that have a debt and you want to keep the vehicle. So you're not getting rid of those debts. But almost anything else you could think of, with very few exceptions, you would get rid of. Now, another benefit to filing Chapter 7? Through what's called exemptions, there are what's called exemptions in bankruptcy law, which control what items that you can keep after you file bankruptcy. Now, determining what is the way to handle your bankruptcy such that you keep most or even all of the assets you have is very much of a number crunching kind of a process. I have something of an advantage in the number crunching process because I have 2 degrees in finance. 2 college degrees, including an MBA. So needless to say, in getting that kind of education, you're going to have a lot of experience with numbers. So that experience and that education will benefit you in terms of doing a situation with your bankruptcy, even when things get quite complex, involving, for example, businesses or rental properties or all kind of things. Okay, those are some of the benefits involved in doing bankruptcy. If you would like more information about what can be done for your specific situation, I offer a free consultation at my law office where we will take the time to analyze exactly what your situation is and explain to you in detail the options that you have to get rid of the debts that are now pursuing you. This is Miller White. If you would like a free consultation to discuss this and other options you might have, give my office a call at 281-257-2477.